Welcome back to White Mountains Today. I'm sitting here with our next guests from the Scenic Railroad and Cabin Fever. We have Brian Solomon and Jen Staines. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
Thanks for having us.
So I understand that we have a beautiful little restaurant in Bartlett, Cabin Fever.
Yes.
And we have the Conway Scenic Railroad. And you are partnering to work through the summer to provide food on the train. Is that correct?
That is true, yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this new venture.
What we do is this is for our Mountaineer, which is our supremely scenic train that runs over Crawford Notch. In the summer, we're running 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then once we get into the fall season, we run daily.
Okay.
And this is our premier train. It's one of 3 runs that we have in the summer, and it's the one that has a full culinary service. And one of the visions of our owner, Dave Swerk, is that the Mountaineer is to recreate a transcontinental streamlined train experience. And the streamlined trains date from the 1940s and 1950s, and that's the period of our equipment. Mm-hmm. And we have 2 Bud-built Vista Domes, which are a feature of Western trains, and now here in New Hampshire as well. And part of that experience is culinary. It's dining on the train. It's having a fine meal while the scenery rolls past like a panorama. And that's something where Cabin Fever comes in, because they can provide us the quality of food and that culinary experience that matches our railroad experience.
Wonderful. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
We were big fans of Cabin Fever beforehand. I used to often stop in there for lunch if I was going up and down the mountain making pictures for the railroad. And things kind of came together and they gelled nicely, and now we've got Jen and her team working on the train 3 days a week.
That's exciting. So Jen, what types of foods are you offering on the train?
Well, we offer a couple of different options.
Okay.
We can do a box lunch, which comes with a bottle of water, a nice sized sandwich, a bag of chips, pickles, cookies. It's a full lunch. And then we have a dining experience with white linen napkins, the whole gamut.
Yes.
4-course dinner with homemade. Everything is homemade. And it's a very nice experience.
So during the week, do you have specific meals like
we have a
chicken
meal?
and a pork,
we have a menu that we have set for the season.
Oh, okay.
We have a chicken, we have a beef, we have a fish, and then sometimes we have a daily special.
Oh, wonderful.
My chef is amazing at whipping things up at the last minute, so we sometimes have some daily specials.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's very nice. We're really, really enjoying it. We've developed a very nice relationship with the staff at the railroad, Rhonda and Dave Swerk, the owners of the railroad. We have a very nice working relationship, and we're really enjoying it.
Wonderful. So if folks want to hop on the train and dine, where can they go to make those reservations?
Probably the best bet would be to book online, conwayscenic.com, or you can call us at 603-356-5251, and we've got ticket agents from about 9 in the morning till about 4 in the afternoon that will take reservations.
Okay.
We do walk-ups. We recommend a reservation because as we get busier into the season, the train fills up really quickly, and the dining cars tend to fill up very quickly.
Yeah.
One of the things that's really exciting about the whole thing is there's so few places left on the railroad anywhere where they actually prepare the food on the train. We have a 1949 Pullman kitchen dining car that was built for exactly the purpose we're using for. We've got a full kitchen on the train, and the passengers can actually see them cooking the food on the train.
Oh, how neat.
There are a lot of other dinner trains and things like that, but a lot of places they're not actually preparing the food in the kitchen on the train, and this is something that we want the whole experience to be as authentic as possible and recreate that experience of traveling, cross country by train and have it all self-contained.
That's wonderful.
It's very interesting to cook on the train. It's something that's new for us.
I bet.
And it's very interesting. It's a nice kitchen, and we have a full kitchen staff every day.
Good.
It's really nice.
Any challenges and obstacles you've had to overcome with that?
A little bit, but we worked through most of them. Most of them is just getting your train legs under you while you're carrying a cup of coffee up the stairs to the dome.
Yeah.
So about how long is the round trip?
It's 4 hours and 15 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, the train boards we officially start boarding at 11:30. We usually start putting people on the train a little bit ahead of that.
Okay.
And the train departs shortly after everyone's boarded, and it arrives back in the station about 4:10 p.m.
Wonderful. So a pretty full day.
Yep.
Yeah, and then in the fall, it's about an hour longer. We actually go all the way over to Fabian in the fall, so you can get views of Mount Washington and the Mount Washington Hotel. So it's a slightly longer journey. It's about an hour longer, but it's the same basic philosophy. And we also give people about half an hour, 40 minutes up at the top at Crawford Station to wander around, get a little bit of fresh air.
Go to the gift shop.
See the foliage.
Yeah, so they get a little bit of time to kind of wander around. And one of the things that's nice about the Mountaineer is it gives you vistas that you can only see from the train. Once you're
Sure.
when you're coming up through the gateway, you're way up high. You know, we cross the Willybrook Bridge, you go through the gateway itself, and there's just some absolutely amazing views that you can only get from the train.
Oh,
And
I
that's
bet.
one of the things that I really enjoy is when you have tourists come into town, you know, you want to go to a restaurant, you want to do a train ride.
Yes.
It's a nice combination where you can do both. You can be eating a delicious 4-course dinner while you're looking out at Crawford Notch and some
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful scenery and the waterfalls. It's really beautiful.
Oh, that's
It's a very nice experience.
It's
Yeah.
something that you can do with the family, something you can do as a special occasion for maybe a couple.
We actually have a 50th wedding anniversary in
Oh,
the Mountaineer
well,
today.
there you go.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Nice. Well, happy anniversary to them.
And we had an engagement. I don't know if you knew
I-
that.
I knew all about
We had
that.
an
Yep, I heard
engagement
about
the other
that.
day too.
It's
Yeah.
so nice that so many people are utilizing this for their special occasions and making it part of
It's very nice.
family traditions and things of that
Well,
nature.
it's funny because you mentioned tradition, and one of the things that they brought me in as a marketing manager about 2.5 years ago, and I had mentioned to Dave Swerk that historically, what they had called the Notch train was known as the Mountaineer. It ran out of Boston. It ran from Boston over up to North Conway and then over Crawford Notch to Littleton.
Interesting.
And it was a summertime only train,
Yeah.
and it was a streamlined train. It was actually one of the first streamliners in the country was the Mountaineer. And I'm like,
Okay.
why don't we just call the train the Mountaineer?
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And so we changed the name from the Notch train to the Mountaineer, and it's been a huge success.
That's wonderful.
We are doing like almost autumn type sales right now. I mean, the train's been extremely popular. When we look at the numbers, we're like, wow, this is really doing well.
People enjoy it.
They really do. They really love the Mountaineer.
That's
I'd like to take
wonderful.
credit for that, but I probably can't.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not
Next
denying
year I
any
can.
credit. I think once people
I'm
taste
just-
once people taste the food, I think they'll be back.
I think so.
I love the food. I mean, I'm a big fan of Cabin Fever's food. When Dave told me that he was talking to you guys, I'm like, that's going to be a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm in. But the box lunch works for me. As you know, I'm not particularly demanding, but it's all good. I mean, it's really good food.
Something you foresee carrying through to the future,
Absolutely.
perhaps?
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Yes, we would really like to be able to continue.
Yeah,
doing
we're,
it.
we're looking to
enjoying it.
expand our
Yep.
business. I mean, there certainly is room for expansion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're enjoying it a lot.
Wonderful. So if you want to make a reservation, Conway Scenic is it Railway or Railroad?
ConwayScenic.com. Yep,
Okay,
it's the Conway Scenic Railroad, but it's ConwayScenic.com,
Okay.
or the number is 603-356-5251.
5251.
And you can
okay.
probably have that run about the bottom of
We
the screen.
probably
Yeah,
could.
that'd be kind of cool.
Thank you very much, Jen Staines of
Thank you.
Cabin Fever, Brian Solomon of Conway Scenic. Thank you for coming and
Thank
get
you.
your tickets online.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.